Hi guys, so this marks the end of Season 8 of Mamemeister's High Score Kerfuffle. We've had 9 games, finishing with this one, which was Iron Horse, released by Konami in 1986. This game got a mixed response. I don't think it's a bad game per se, but the controls certainly require some getting used to. I had a couple of brief plays early on, but didn't return to it after that. It's nice that the game is on the Mister. It plays pretty well, and I struggled even more recording this footage, where there was much more input lag. The game did see a home release on the C64, and I've got a little treat for you now. Well, I say treat, that's probably a little generous.
Okay, so here we've got Iron Horse on the Commodore 64. So this was released as part of a Konami arcade collection. It never saw releases on other systems. I think it was planned for the Amstrad and Spectrum. Please correct me if it actually saw releases there, but I heard that they were cancelled. Thing with this game is really not very good. The arcade, the characters don't change lanes that much. Here they seem to come at quite a pace and they just move up into you, making the game almost impossible, I would say. The other thing is that in the arcade you can attack in one direction and then attack in the other quite quickly. Here you just can't do that. Also, if you were playing with a joystick and original hardware, we got shot. That's probably about as well as I've done in this game. If you play with a joystick on original hardware, it does use the 3 buttons, and so you need to map crouch and the second attack to the keyboard, which basically I guess that means having the Commodore 64 on the floor and both your feet to press each of the buttons. Fortunately on the Mister you can map an arcade stick, extra buttons. Let's see if we can crouch. I'm sure I had crouch mapped to one of these buttons. But yeah, that's game over there. Let's just end and let's try again. What's unfortunate with not really being able to play the game is that actually the SID tune's not bad in this. It starts really slow, which is the bit that you hear when you die continually. But then it starts to pick up and it sounds pretty good. I mean, I've not heard much of it because I haven't got very far in the game. But you hear it going there, and it sounds like it would pick up to a fairly decent tune. But the game is just frustratingly difficult. Also, at the beginning of the game in the arcade, you don't have an enemy just come really quickly from behind you. Let's see if you can get up on top of the carriage. I'm guessing you should be able to. But yeah, I really don't want to play any more of this. See that basically doesn't happen in the arcade, and you can't change lanes and then fire straight away, which again you can do in the arcade. So he's going to be the last play of this because it's absolutely terrible. Let's go back with the fists. So look, I couldn't change direction, turn around and punch that guy. Oh, we can climb up. And do we only have 2 lanes of... That's the top. Oh no, there's 3 lanes. That's quite good. It's actually a little bit better when you're up top because of the clunkiness is kind of made up for, I guess. When you're down low like this, you've only got 2 lanes, making it even more difficult. Okay, last go. Yeah, now I'm done. This is rubbish. Do not play this game. So yeah, with that done, let's move on to the scores.
I've had 12 scores sent to me, which is certainly down on the usual, with a few people sending this one out. hopefully things will pick up again next season. They often do. There's a gradual increase in scores through to Milthy in 5th, who was the first to break 100,000 points. I'm all the way down in 11th with just 50,000. In 4th, Paul was separating himself from the pack with 160,000, and then our top 3 are comprised of MyRetroTech with an excellent 3rd place and 187,000. Then our top 2 once again have shown their class. They have been the ones to beat all season, and it's Big Juffer who finishes in 2nd with 240,000 points. But taking his 4th win in the season with a huge 264,000 is the ever consistent Graham 10 Shearers. Well done to Graham for yet another victory. For a number of reasons, there won't be any graphs this week. They should be returning for the results of our first game next season. So let's see what the final standings look like. Here is the final league table for the season. Charlie Farr sat out the final game, so he's been excluded from the final ranking for not making the 5-game minimum, and scores have been adjusted accordingly. That has given an additional win to Graham. In 10th, squeezed out by Milthy at the last minute, is Robert. I'm in 8th, a chunk ahead of Milthy, but a chunk behind Blue Yak in 7th. Mark snuck ahead of him into 6th with the last game of this season, and then MyRetroTech has got ahead of Pearl for 4th place. He's had a strong finish to the season. Bob is in a lonely 3rd, he's been there most of the season. Just like last season though, at the top, it's been Graham and Juff fighting it out. Graham took the first 2 wins, and then Juff came back with a win for Cabal, and unsurprisingly, strong performances on Don Pachi and Escaluda. Following those, other than the win for Juff on Halley's Comet, it was Graham taking each of the wins, making this probably his best season in the competition. He's ended up 64 points clear at the top. And so the winner of Mamemeister's High Score Kerfuffle Season 8 is Graham 10 Shearers. This is well earned with consistently strong performances on pretty much every game. So with that win once again for Graham, he gets another Champion's Choice. He's previously picked Gradius 5 and Hypersports, but this time we've got Donkey Kong Jr. Again, I think this is a good game for between seasons rather than the main one, due to some of the stick the game gets. The original is very much the purest choice, rather than this one, but I'm not entirely sure why. Either way, it's another Nintendo classic that I've not spent so much time with, so I'm looking forward to giving it a go and see how I enjoy it. The game is also on the Mister, so I'll be playing it there. This wraps up Season 8, and we've now got 2 weeks before we kick off Season 9. We'll be continuing with working our way through the alphabet, so please send me games beginning with the letter J. I expect Juno first to be popular, as they're pretty slim pickings for this letter. I'll be going for Jackal, and we've previously had Joust. Just please don't pick Joust 2, that won't be a great way to kick off the new season. Also, please let me know your best and worst games of the season. For me, the best was either Cabal or Fixate. The worst could either be Bionic Commando or Halley's Comet. Both were shit. So have a bit of fun playing DK Jr, and I'll be back in 2 weeks with a new season. See you then.